Hey, I am David, the founder of Tarot Avenue, and in this video I just wanted to go through the July 2018 Tarotscope. So let's get straight into it and have a look at what is in store for your sign this month. So first off, we have Aries, and Aries has the Nine of Swords. Now, this is, as you'll see, it can be quite one of the more scary cards, I guess. You know, you might feel that everything is getting on top of you this month. You could be feeling anxious. I'm seeing that there's sleepless nights coming up. However, I do also feel that there is hope. I always think whenever we see this card that with it being a 9, it's like we're on the brink of change. Things are about to change. We're just not quite there yet. But we are also reminded that the night is darkest before the dawn. Now, sometimes all you need to have is a little bit of hope to get you through the darker times. We know that the sun will rise again, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It might be a little bit of a tough month for you. Now, I want you to have a look at that blanket on the card. I'm using Llewellyn's Classic Tarot here, but on the blanket, you'll see there's all the signs of the zodiac there. Does this mean that there's comfort in the zodiac, in the universe? You know, we are being protected, we are being comforted. And again, sometimes we just need to know that somebody has our back, and that can be enough to help get us through these times. So things are about to get better. Keep an eye on that and just know that the sun will rise again. But we have to ride these cycles. We're not immune to it, and we have to get through it. And then we get to Taurus, who has the Hierophant. Now, Taurians are no stranger to rules and structures. Whenever we see the Hierophant, he usually represents an institution like government, school, any kind of club or institution, but can also show that there are lessons to be learned. He is a great teacher, and sometimes we need to seek out those signs and look for that teacher that is going to help us and guide us. So it could be a bit of a spiritual month for you. There could be some lessons, some spiritual or life lessons that you really need to learn this month and pay attention to. Also a good time to get involved with a new club. Maybe there's a new hobby or a new club or institution that you can get involved with. But again, there is comfort to be gained that you're not in this alone. You know, there's a learning opportunity coming for you, but there are others that are going to be learning these lessons as well. So it is a good month to follow the rules. It's not one to be mixing things up or doing things your own way. Follow the rules that are set out and you will have a successful month. Then Gemini has the lovely Strength card. So Gemini, you need to muster your inner lion this month and really find that inner strength. You have to find some courage, but you've definitely got this. This can work for you. Now, sometimes, finding that courage within ourselves, it can be a little bit scary, but the really good thing about this is you don't have to compromise your values. When we see the Strength card, she's overcoming that line, but in such a soft and gentle way. She's kind of making friends with the lion, making friends with her enemies, and really overcoming those demons without having to be aggressive or angry. I often think of, when I see the Strength card, like somebody like Oprah. She's an incredibly strong woman, but there's still a softness and a kindness to her. And the saying, you catch more flies with honey, certainly comes to mind when I see this card. So you can be nice and you can still be strong at the same time. So muster that inner strength, but stay true to who you are and be kind as well. Then we get to Cancer, who has the Knight of Swords reversed. So Cancer, you will be feeling incredibly inspired to take action. In fact, you will be running off the blocks and ready to head into battle and fight for what you believe in. So your head is definitely telling you it's time to act, and it's time to act now. However, just with this being reversed, it just shows that this night has a tendency to rush into action, maybe without doing any planning and maybe without knowing all the facts. So you want to take a breath before you leap into action and just make sure that you know all the facts and don't jump to conclusions. It's great that you have this energy and this drive to go forward, but you just want to harness it a little bit and just take good care that you're using that energy for good and heading in the right direction. Then Leo, I am a Leo, and we have the Magician this month. So we'll love the Magician. This is showing that there is an opportunity to manifest your dreams this month in July. It's a great month for if you're working on any projects or if you've been thinking about doing something, this is the time to strike. If you notice, he is channeling from above and bringing it below. So he really has that ability to bring all these ideas and anything that's kind of floating out there in the ether and bringing it to the material plane. And if you look on that table, he has all the tools available to him. He's got the cups, the wands, the swords, and the pentacles. He has everything available to him. So, go out there, be ambitious, ask your universe to help you, and you will be amazed at the results that can come through. And then we get to Virgo, who has the Empress. So it's time to embrace your inner goddess. Cast everything off, let go of the baggage. This is a month to be your true, authentic self. There you go. You have permission. It could be a really good month for you. You just have to let that feminine energy shine. Now, this is even if you're a male. We're not talking about gender here, but it's about embracing the feminine side that everybody has in them. So it's time to be rather than to act. You want to take a breath. It's a great month to get out there, surround yourself by nature, let your intuition flow, just let things flow. Go with the flow, it's a time to surrender and let the universe, life, whatever, take you to where you need to be. Sometimes that can be a bit difficult for people. It's not always easy to surrender, but you just have to know that this month, wherever you land, will be good. Conditions are looking very good for you, and in some ways, the less that you do, the better it will be. Then we get to Libra, who has the Ace of Wands. So Libra, there's a really big new beginning heading your way. Now there's going to be this fire in your belly and this desire to act. But, whenever we see the aces, there's a new opportunity available, but you have to be the one that grabs that opportunity and runs with it. There's a chance for you to experience real growth this month, but you have to take that wand and ground it. You'll see that there's shoots coming out of the wand, but they will only grow if it is grounded. So I think that there will be this real kind of sense of inspiration this month. From this card, I'm getting that you should not procrastinate. The time is now. Everything's looking good for you out there. So it's not time to question yourself. It's a time to grab that wand, almost like it were a baton in a relay race, and run with it. Then we get through to Scorpio, who has the Eight of Swords reversed. So you could have been feeling a little bit stuck, maybe even a little bit lost. This is somebody who's maybe been out of their comfort zone and they just don't know where to turn next. But things are about to change. With this card being reversed, I feel like all those obstacles are about to fall away one at a time. All those swords are about to go. But you have to be sure to release yourself from all these binds and from the blindfold before the swords go, because, these are the tools that are available to you. So you just need to know that there is a way out, and you just need to find focus how you can move forward. It's time to see the big picture rather than looking at all the little obstacles that are in your way. Look at that big picture and start to move forward. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? What's the end goal? Make your goals, plan them, and just start taking one step at a time, and you will start to feel this real sense of freedom, and it's going to be really beautiful because you're going to feel like you've been stuck for a little while, but there is this sense of freedom moving forward. And Sagittarius, you have the Four of Pentacles reversed. So maybe you've been saving really hard. Maybe you've been working really hard. You know, we all crave that stability because we know that stability and, you know, wealth can bring a certain element of freedom. However, we have to be careful that we don't become a real slave to money or to our work, or, you know, and that we're not saving for saving's sake. We have to remember what we're aiming for. What are our goals? Because if you look at that pentacle, it's right across his heart. And are you shutting yourself off? And, you know, you really have to, especially when we're seeing this reverse, you have to open yourself up to new relationships. Don't let money, don't let work, don't let anything material get in the way. As always, it's about balance. Don't let money be your god. There's an important lesson this month that you just need to let go, have some fun, and, you know, find that balance in your life again. Then we get to Capricorn, who has the Eight of Cups. So Capricorn, it is time to move on. There will be a reluctance to change because, you know, this is quite an emotional change that's coming for you. You're going through that one of life's transitions or transformation, but deep down you know it's the right thing. You've got that red cape, you know, it's red. It's showing that it is time for action, but you're leaving all these cups behind. I quite often think if this is somebody that's having to move overseas or, you know, it can be quite emotional, but you know it's the best thing for you. So you need to start thinking about what your next goal is and starting to take action on that. If you look up the cup in the sky, it's not fully formed yet because the new dream is not fully formed. You're kind of a little bit hung up on what you're leaving behind rather than what you're heading towards. So be clear about what it is that you're doing this work for and what you're moving forward for, and you will start to notice a shift, and you are heading towards that 9 and 10 of cups where things get much happier, and you will realize that the work on the transition that you're making now will be worth it. And Aquarius, you have the Three of Wands reversed. So there's a real burning desire inside to travel and experience new horizons. I want to ask you, what's holding you back? Conditions are looking really good for you to travel and to experience growth through this month. But I feel like there might be obstacles getting in your way. Are you putting those obstacles there yourself? Maybe you need to just get out of planning mode and actually take action. Sometimes it's just about taking that first step. Be brave, be ambitious, and see where it takes you. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to represent literal travel. Could be about representing just new things, you know, new experiences, taking yourself out of a comfort zone. This is a really big world with infinite possibilities, so don't hold yourself back because you will only come to regret it. Commit to doing something new this month, and let's see where it takes you. Then we get to Pisces, the Seven of Cups. So you have choices to make, Pisces. Now, what to do? So it might look to the outside world that you have everything. If you look at this person, he's got all these cups in front of him and everything available to him, but there is a sense that he's unfulfilled. So you need to just start to think about what is going to leave me feeling fulfilled. So it's a really great month to get focused on what truly makes you happy. You maybe want to dig deep, do some work on yourself, and work out what it is that is going to leave you feeling fulfilled. So it's a great month for soul searching, but then, you know, there are choices available to you, but you just need to grab that cup and take it and start to run with it. So I often think with this, you know, it's somebody who looks like they have it all, but, you know, maybe we can't have it all, or maybe we can have it all, but just not all at the same time. You need to start with one thing, focus on what's really important to you, and make that happen. So there you go. That is your Tarotscope for July 2018. If you want to see more Tarotscopes and tarot spreads, then head over to tarotavenue.com and you will see lots of information on there. I hope you all have a great month, and I will see you next month. Thanks. Bye.